Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm back with another video. I just had a thought in my head that, damn, this generation is just pure shit. It's just pure shit, man. Like, in the 2010s, yeah, it was shit, but compared to now, it was even more shit. It may sound crazy for me to say this, but I kind of miss the 2010s, only because at least there was certain games that I liked that came out in the 2010s, like the Batman Arkham um sequel, like Arkham, what was it, Arkham City that came out in 2011, and I have the 2012 edition one, which is badass. My favorite Arkham sequel game and shit. That game was off the charts for me, and I beat the game so many times. The graphics was kick ass and everything, you know what I mean? And there was another game I like that came out in the 2010s would be the Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi game, which I still have to this day. And also Batman or Arkham Origins, you know what I mean? Like, and then there's times like I had my good moments in the 2010s too. Like I not like it's nothing too bad. I mean, yeah, it was a bullshit decade, but there were certain good things that happened at the last decade before the 2020 came. You know what I mean? It wasn't a perfect decade, but it was at least had life in it and shit before shit got really worse. Right after the end of 2019, like the January of 2020, it was alright, but then months after, the COVID, the riots, and all that other shit, that was just crazy. And then after that, it's just shit got even more crazier. Stores are shutting down. Um, what else? People start to change on you, and also, and also some other shit too. Like, it's just shit just doesn't hit the same anymore, my guy. Like, shit doesn't really hit the same anymore. Like, when you go outside, people just give you weird energy, just weird vibes. Like, you don't even freaking feel like you don't, like, the presents that they give you. You don't really feel their excitement. All you feeling is their misery. And on top of that, like, you don't know who to trust these days. There used to be a time there's a person you could trust and can't trust. But now, I mean, I'm not saying everybody is a bad person. I mean, I came across a few good people recent years, but most of the majority of people are fake. I just had to let it out there. The majority of people that I came across, or that you come across in recent years, or gonna come across, is fakes, and that's just what it is. And the thing is that I don't really collab with all this bullshit. It's just the music got even worser. In the early 2010s, music was actually still at its peak. I know I said 2010 was the start of it, but it didn't really. nothing really actually happened until like the mid and late part of the 2010s decade. But even though that was going on, still it was still life in there, but not as much until we got into 2020. 2020 just exposed everything, the dark side of this world, this reality that's going on, man. And I remember when the whole COVID shit was going on 3 years ago. Everybody was like, they disappeared, and I was like, damn. And I'm the only one walking in the damn city. I go to work. I go to work like in the afternoon or so, right? And then I come back home at night. I used to do night shifts at the time. I come home and everybody's not outside. I'm the only one outside freely. Like that was like peace. That was like peace for me when there's barely anyone outside walking past me and staring at my face. Like I didn't have to deal with that. I just like I'm freely is able to do what the fuck I need to do. Dancing my way home, dancing my way home, or just like humming my way home, or whatever. But what I'm saying is that was like my best moment of that year of 2020. But like I said, the 2020s was pure shit. The 2010s is still shit, but it at least that decade wasn't, having a whole lot of shit fall down to place. Only certain things went down to place, but not everything. Because there was some shows I liked from the 2010s too, like Disney shows, like Kick Buttowski. That was my show. If any of y'all saw that show, let me know. That show was fucking a classic. That was a classic show, man. Like, not everything from the 2010s is that bad. It's just the way shit became was just damn. You know? Rise of the Planet of the Apes was my movie too. The what is it? Yeah, Rise of that CGI monkey looking thing that could talk. Yeah, that was a good movie too. All the monkeys was on the riot. That's how I look at the riot in 2020. I think that movie predicted 2020, my man. I think so. Like, cause think about it. Some of these movies we saw growing up is really hitting, is showing reality right in our faces. Just a message. They'll put these messages in these movies just to show you how reality will be like in the future. Like that's what I came to realize. And that right there proved what reality will be like in the future after the movie came out in the past. Just telling you, oh, this is what's gonna happen. And that's how I look at it. This is how it's gonna happen when when shit hits the fan in the future. 2020 came. March of 2020, boom. The freaking riots happened. Rise of the Planet of the Apes had monkeys doing riots, but in 2020, in reality, got people doing all these fucking riots. Motherfuckers going around destroying shit, like in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or any other show or movie that I've watched did the same thing until now. Well, until 2020, I should say. My God, that's just crazy. And then everything else, just, I don't even know. It's 2023, and shit just, it wasn't the same. I'd rather go back to 2012 when life was still at its peak, even though it was the beginning of the end. It didn't really feel like the beginning of the end, like until like late 2018 or 19 or early 2020. Like, I don't know. It kind of only felt like that during that time, but it didn't feel like that in 2012 because around that time I was in middle school, and what was it? I was playing on my 3DS, playing Street Fighter 4, playing all the classic, instant classic games for the 3DS, and I fuck with the 3DS a lot. And you know, back in those times, I really did miss it. I did, because I used to play people online on the 3DS, see who's best and who's not, like the challenges and stuff on each game I played. I miss that. I really do. You don't know how badly I wanted the time machine right now. Shit, I can't. I like, and the only thing good about the 2010s is the technology, obviously, and that's the thing. I'll just stick to the 2010s for that one, because even though, I would love to go straight back to the 90s and early 2000s and stuff, but then let me think about it. What if the people that I hang with ain't around and they move somewhere? What am I gonna do? It's boring, But then, in the 2010s, the late 2000s and the early parts of the 2010s, or just the 2010s in general, you got technology to actually watch YouTube videos, so you're never bored. Cause around the ancient times, you would just use your imagination and this and that. If you didn't have nothing with you, you would just use your imagination and just think. Cause that's what I did growing up. Use my imagination. Whatever I'm bored and I don't got no damn toys to play with. This is when I was a kid. I had no toys to play with. I got no video games to play with and shit. And then I'm just seriously doing nothing. I just imagine. I just think, and I'm be zoned out, and I don't even freaking respond to nobody. And that's just what it was. That's what I was. That's like what I was as a kid. But thanks to all this technology, we got YouTube and shit. And YouTube back in the 2010s was way better than what it is now in the 2020s. It's like, because in the early part of the 2010s, at least you get to see funny ass videos, right? And the videos didn't get deleted. There were certain fight videos that were funny, certain fight videos that got deleted because of some stupid bullshit that YouTube did. And then and the difference between the 2010s and the 2020s is that at least the 2010s didn't have to put all that extra shit on YouTube. This is for YouTube. When before 2020, YouTube was at its prime. YouTube wasn't on no kid, this and that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you move the video screen down somewhere, it never had the that block section. Like, when you like when you about to look at another video, and then you put the screen of the video that you're watching downwards, like, it never stopped on you. It just kept playing. Like, it never had that sign that says kid this and that. Like, there's a section that you switch to, so what is it, like, some type of section that you switch it to this, or to some kiddie shit. Like in the 2010s, we never had that until 2020. Like, 2020 just fucked up everything. It fucked up YouTube. Society got even worse, and it's just shit. And then there's certain videos that I've watched in the past that I enjoyed watching from the 2010s era. It got deleted in the 2020s, and I was so pissed, to the point I was like, yo, what? Come on, YouTube, why? Why you gotta be on some stupid shit now? Come on, you was doing way better in the late 2000s and early 2010s, or just 2010s in general. That's the only thing good about the 2010s was YouTube, because YouTube was the place to go about your business, just to have entertainment, or if you're just looking for information, or looking for like ways to beat certain bosses in every video game, like which still happens today, but but YouTube just be on some different shit. And the stores, and certain stores I like going to, are shutting down. And I heard this year that the banks are closing. I'm like, damn, they closing everything down. That's freaking crazy. You never thought in the future we would go to a point of seeing shit like this. Man, that's just freaking crazy. So it's like a damn Simpsons episode. It's like every so often you watch The Simpsons, you see all this shit going on in The Simpsons. It happens in real life. Them yellow ass characters, them cancer, disease, skin tone characters. I'm just playing around with that, but I'm serious about all the shit that they showed in the damn show. It's like they showing all these conspiracies that became true. Like, that's crazy, man. And then on top of that, what else am I about to say? Man, video games just ain't the same. It just ain't the same. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I mean, some games are good in today's era. Not all, but some. And then it's just the law and everything, this and that. Nah, this ain't for me. This ain't my generation, man. I'll take the 2010s back over this horse shit that we have right now. I'll take the 2010s back over this horse shit. I may have said that I didn't like the 2010s, but compared to this, and a long time ago, in 2015, I ain't gonna mention no names. I saw a video that this person said that the only way the 2010s will be fondly remembered is if the 2020s like becomes even more shit, and it became true. And I'm like, damn. Once we hit 2020, yeah, we was happy. We was all celebrating our asses off. That 2010s decade just disappeared, right? And even I was celebrating, but then after a while, like months after 2020 hit, man, the nightmare just became worse. So then I decided, oh, yo, and people want to keep rushing to the 2030s. Listen, I'm not gonna rush nothing. Okay, you better off just sticking to the present moment. That's what people like to say, present moment, right? I would not want to go any further to the future at all, because what you're doing is you're creating more disappointments for yourself. So why don't you just work on like doing shit to satisfy your needs instead of waiting for shit to get better? Why don't you put in the work to make it better? I'm at that point right now, like, cause like I was that person too that wanted shit to get better, but I'm afraid that ain't gonna work. Cause look what happened when these people that was defending the 2010s and said the 2020s was gonna get worse. And I know you're watching too. For those that was telling us, listen, we may have our differences in the past, but I'll say this: you're right. You're absolutely right that the 2020s sucked complete ass. You're absolutely right. I'm not really gonna argue with you, because we all thought the 2020s was gonna be good until this shit happened. So you know what? We'll just be like, listen, I ain't gonna freaking go too further, because I don't want to get old. Talking about you want to go to the 2030s, 2040s, 20 this and that. We don't got no time for that. Nobody want to get old and lose their youth. I'd rather keep my youth and be young and enjoy my freaking day. I don't even want to go to no decade that's gonna bring more disappointment to my face. No, because people probably was like, I can't wait to go to the future. Okay, when the future hits, and it doesn't come the way you expected, you'll be like, oh man, I gotta go, I wish I never rushed it. Well, I made a mistake too. I made a mistake for rushing it too. I'm telling you, I want the 2010s back. Even though I didn't like the decade, even though it was pure shit, but this decade is more than pure shit. It's garbage. This generation's garbage. It is. And you know what's surprising too? That I never seen, but like besides the 2020 suck videos I saw 3 years ago, I have not seen anyone make a video about the entire decade being pure shit like they did in the last decade. Because what I remember as a teenager, when we was still in the 2010s, I saw videos of people saying the 2010s suck. But then right after 2020, I have not seen anybody make any 2020s decade suck videos. And I'm like, wow, this is surprising. Only like a few people I've seen that said that 2020's decade sucks. But not a lot, surprisingly. And all the bullshit that's going on right now. Right in our faces. But I never seen anybody make a video about the 2020s decade being horse shit more than the 2010s. I don't know if people probably was like, or this and that. Only a small few people have made the 2020s decade suck videos. Cause all I was seeing was 2020 suck. The year 2020 suck. From 3 years ago, when this whole COVID and riot shit was going on. But I have not seen the whole entire decade being rooted to a to no, like rooted, not mean like rooting in a good way, like I meant to say ranting. Like I never see any rant videos of the whole decade. That's what I meant to say. Man, I just need to clear out my mind on this shit. I'm telling you, man. If anybody ask or wanna go straight to the 2030s, will ask me, or no, not even ask me, tell me that we're gonna see a great reset in the 2030s. Listen, me, myself, you, especially, or anyone else, don't know if there's gonna be a great reset. I wish that it happened in this decade. I don't think it's gonna happen at all, man. I hate to say it, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe some recycle stuff that came out back in the day, you're probably gonna see some shit, some trends that happened in the past come back, but it just won't feel the same. They'll just trash it down, like they did with certain movies that came out in the past. Like they reboot everything and just trash it down. They copy you, and then they'll just put some stupid shit in it and then trash it down once it's being seen. That's all it is. They'll just like for those that doing certain shit, music, TV shows, movies and shit, it'll be copied and put shit all over it, like positive shit, like acting will be terrible or misplaced, or the people just fuck everything up on it and then trash it down once it's being seen or heard. Music, same thing. Trash it down. Copy certain lyrics, copy certain beats, and just trash it down. This decade is a whole trash down era. I'm telling you. I like I said, it sounds crazy, but I'd rather just deal with the 2010s than to deal with this horseshit ass decade. I'm just saying. And I'm not gonna rush to the 2030s either. Cause I fear that decade won't get better either. So if a time machine was to ever exist, I would go straight back either to the 2010s, the 2000s, or the 90s. Heck, even the 80s. I don't even care. But that's all I could say. I might do a part two about this generation sucking or the 2020s decade sucking, or I want the 2010s back videos or whatever, because YouTube is not the same anymore, man. It's not. Whatever comes in mind, I might wait another year later, or a week later, or a month later. Depends, cause you know I'm a busy guy. I got shit to do. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this whole bullshit that we live in the era. Alright? Love you all. Have a blessed day and be safe. Peace.